DP, and I'm here with my man DP on the drums. Daniel Powell, what's up, man?
What's happening?
Yo, man, thanks for coming on the show, man. I appreciate you, man. Listen, man, I heard you doing some really big things, man. I'm excited to get into it. But before that, I do this with all of my guests on the show. We're going to talk about, I'm going to do word for word. I'm going to drop a word on you. You give me the first thing that come to mind. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. The first word I'm going to drop on you, man, is family.
Most important.
Okay. Why you say family is the most important?
Just growing up that way, my father and mother instilled in me that family is the most important thing that you have. When you have no one else, you have family. So keep family first, and you're always gonna succeed.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Listen, man, I like that, man. I'm very family oriented. I mean, I know that you're a father now. You got what, 2 daughters?
2 daughters.
That's what's up. What's their names, man?
Cadence Powell and Madison Powell.
That's what's up.
Cadence is 17.
Oh, wow.
Senior at Cleve Hill,
Okay.
and Madison is 10, 5th grader at.
Oh, don't get in trouble.
Oh boy, what's the name of that school? It's right on Ash and Genesee. Yeah. Drawing a blank, but I know where she goes.
Yeah, you know where she at. That's what's up, man. So how long have you been in a relationship? Been married?
No, I'm single actually.
Still
Not
single?
Married. Yeah.
Okay,
not
okay.
single.
So you single, you out here in
No. I was in a relationship, but I decided to refocus myself, to center myself to, I want to be a husband one day. So
That's what's up.
it's not like I'm on the market or anything, but I'm focusing myself on raising my children and focusing on my career.
That's what's up, man. Staying focused, man. That's important.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's a good one. All right. So the next word I'm gonna throw at you, man. I think I'm gonna go this way. Faith.
Well, the Bible says that faith is important. It is the things that we hope for, things that we can't see, and that mustard seed is real. All you need is a little bit of faith that can take you a long way. So faith is how I, run my career off of faith.
Yeah. So faith is for you, man. That's one of the most important things for you, man. You think?
Absolutely.
I know. I remember that we used to, when we were younger. I was much younger. I remember you used to play for the choirs I used to sing with, man.
Okay.
And so I know that you have a faith. You're based in the church. So
Absolutely.
So how is it, man, transitioning from playing in the church, scene to getting into some more mainstream?
Well, I still do play at church. My bishop is Bishop Badger at Bethesda World Harvest International.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I'm home, I'm at church. When I'm on the road, I still watch church.
That's what's up.
So I haven't strayed away. I just elevated to different levels in my career that caused attention for me to be away. But that's still my foundation, and I'm still rooted and grounded in church. But there is a difference between playing in church and playing, on the secular scene or in the world, as people say. I don't really say in the world because my ministry goes beyond the 4 walls of the church. When I'm playing at church, it's my direct devotion to God. So when I'm playing in church, it's not focused or centered around me. It's focused on being in tune with what's going on with the atmosphere and, invoking the presence of God through my instrument. However, when I'm playing, on the scene, whether it's with Najee or just a local bar or club, I'm still giving devotion to God because He gave me this gift. It's not a talent. I never had lessons. It was something that God gifted me with, so I never disrespected. But if you come see me at a show, it's more of an entertainment aspect. We give you a little flash, a little razzle dazzle here or there.
Razzle dazzle.
A little bit, So yeah. So, but I do understand the difference between, using my instrument for praise or using my instrument for entertainment.
That's what's up, man. This was actually my first instrument too, was the drums. When I was 5 years old is when I started playing. I don't play much anymore, man. I don't have the time to do it no more. But I enjoyed, like you said, using my gift in the church. That's where I started out too. I started out playing in the church, so I enjoyed using my instrument to give God glory as well. So, I appreciate that, man. Not too many people really like to talk about church no more.
Oh, man. I'm not ashamed. at all.
That's it. That's it.
Not at all.
That's it. I appreciate that. Listen, man, I got one more word for you, and then we're gonna move into another segment. But I really wanted to drop this word on you because I saw that you made a post about your father.
Yes, his birthday is actually today.
Yeah.
My mother's birthday was yesterday. I lost my father in 2019, so this is going on year 4. So it's like a high then a low. Today was kind of rough for me, but I always try to focus on those things that he instilled in me. I know he wouldn't want me to be sad, but I'm a human. I have emotions, so I have my ups and down days. I miss him every day. Yeah. He was a huge supporter of what I did musically, and so was my mother. So I had a very supportive foundation, whether it was monetary or just physical support, to get me to where I am today. So shout out to my father, Ambrose Mackenzie Powell Sr.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So I ain't gonna have to ask you the word now because you done told me everything I needed to hear, man. I was gonna say, Father, I wanted to hear what you had to say about that, but that's what's up, man. I appreciate you sharing that little piece of your heart, man. That's what's up. Listen, man. Thanks for this. We're about to jump into another segment, but we'll be back on the Fresh Oil Podcast. Keep it locked.
Yo, everybody, this your man D-Mont. You listening to the Fresh Oil Podcast right now. You better get on there. You better listen. You better follow. We out. It's love.
I'm here with DP on the drums, Daniel Powell. Listen, man. I'm excited to talk to you, man. I want you just to share a little bit about, just share a little bit about where you came from. Let the people know, where you from, man. You born and raised where?
So born and raised right here in Buffalo, New York, down on Johnson Street. Came up in a small church on Fillmore called Soul Saving Bible Center, where the pastor is Pastor Robinson. When I first went there as a kid, it was his mom, the pastor. Then he became the pastor. I was there up until about 13. And then at about 14, 15, I transitioned to Pastor Motley's church. Reverend Motley Spells, Mama Motley, miss her, love her very much. And then she kicked me out of the church to make me go to True Bethel, where I did 13 years at True Bethel Baptist Church. Bishop Darius Pridgeon is my guy. Appreciate him, love him. Shortly after that, I got the call to go on tour with Najee. I've been touring with Najee now 13 years.
Oh man, that's what's up.
And in between that time, I transitioned from True Bethel, did a couple years at Elam with Bishop Bronner. That was an amazing experience. And currently, I'm at my uncle's church, Bishop Michael Badger at Bethesda World Harvest. So I'm not a hop around musician. Anytime I made these transitions from church to church, I had conversations with my leadership. Even when I got the call to go on tour with Najee, I sat down with Bishop Pridgeon at the time and let him know what my heart desire was, and he was 100% supportive, which is maybe not the norm, but I appreciated that because it meant a lot to me because that was my spiritual leader. Yeah. I like to do things in excellency and in order. Also, I started playing in nightclubs at 16 years old.
Wow, 16. Okay.
Yeah, so that was an interesting experience.
Yeah. Tell me about that. How was that for you to jump into that, man?
I was in high school, and I was transitioning because I was an athlete too. Okay. I played football, so I played Little League. By the time I got to high school, I got a call to do a gig, and they told me they was going to pay me $100. So that was the end of football for me. Tommy Fluker from the Unity Band, he gave me my first opportunity to play secular music, and we were opening for Blue Magic at the Kensington Place. Okay. The Unity Band is still a band that I'm grateful to be able to play with. The drummer has recently passed on, Mr. Neil Harris, which is one of my greatest musical mentors, along with Pastor Charles McCarley and Pastor D-Mont. Okay. Being able to fill in for him, I could never fill his shoes, but playing with the Unity Band is an awesome experience. Also, around that time, I met my brother, Will Houghton.
Okay.
I've recorded with him on his albums, played all around the world. We've done some out of town dates. So we've played many dates locally and other places. Also, Nikki Hicks.
Okay.
I did a run with her that was phenomenal. Me and Will, to this day, we still partner. We have a monthly event called the Midweek Vibe, which is at the Ninth Ward. We started it last year, October. Well, next week is actually, we're doing the second week, but this is our 1 year anniversary.
Okay.
And we had 85% sold out shows since we started.
Okay.
So local talent and talent from Rochester, talent from North Carolina, all over the place. They come in. We do acoustic act, comedian, and live band. It's a $30 ticket, and we give away free food, and it's also off the street parking.
Oh man, so that's coming up.
Yes, that is next Wednesday.
Okay.
So that'll be
Shout that out, man.
October 11th.
October 11th.
Unfortunately, the show's already sold out.
Oh man.
But be on alert for November because we're bringing back Joy Little by way of Rochester, but she's from North Carolina now. Yolanda Smiles, an incredible comedian, and we have an acoustic act from Rochester as well. So it's an amazing experience. If you heard about it or don't know about it, just check your local listings.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be dope, man. Listen, man, I heard you say that you when you made the transition, when you were 16, I thought that was interesting. Like, how was that for you, man? I really want to talk a little bit more about that.
Well, I did actually Guitar Center. I won Guitar Center drum off locally here, maybe 3 or 4 times. So that was more of a competition aspect. I had to learn how to play behind a leader, a music, in music. Also, shouts out to Terry Wiley. He was the music director when I was at Trebethel. He instilled a lot of things into me about learning how to play drums behind the artist, behind the choir, playing the proper patterns to the music, not just playing beats over rhythms, So, and also Will Houghton taught me a lot of things about dynamics and those things. So, coming out of the church actually taught me. Well, being in church developed my ear. Coming out of the church taught me how to play on a professional level. Some things that sometimes are looked over in the church.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It was more detailed. I had to spend time really learning the music, following the medley, understanding what the bass player is doing, understanding what the keyboard is doing harmonically, listening to the singer, watching the singer, knowing how to control the band, breaking it down, dynamically. So, playing in the clubs at 16. Back then, you could smoke in bars, so it was
it was a change, right?
It was crazy. My father was amazing supporter of me. He wasn't really a clubber, but of course he would come out because I was 16.
Right.
I wasn't drinking or anything at that time, but it was just a good time. The people enjoyed me. I created a fan base off that, so Buffalo definitely supports things that I do. And
that's what's up.
I'm now 38, so
that's what's up.
It's been some time.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. So, man, I wanted to talk about some stuff that you got going on now. You said that you were playing for Najee, been touring with him for 13 years.
Yes.
That's what's up, man. So how did that whole situation come about?
Actually, Will Houghton was the point guard on that. He brought Najee here to the Trough Music Hall, and his band was the opening band. He checked us out. When he first checked us out, my brother Rob Bonner, which is a phenomenal keyboard and producer and bass player, he was transitioning to go to Berklee School of Music.
Okay.
So he picked up Rod first, and Rod went on tour with Najee at 17.
Okay.
Straight out of high school, freshman at Berklee. About 2 years later, he picked me up. He came to Thursday in the Square.
Okay.
I didn't even know he was there. After the show, he said, "Man, you sound good. I would love for you to work with me. Would you want to go on tour?" So I'm like, "Yeah, but I've heard promises from people." So I'm like, "Okay, cool, whatever." Later on that week, I was rehearsing with Will, and Najee called me. He was like, "Hey, man, I'm seeing these dates. I hope you're ready to tour the world." And from then, it's been an amazing experience. Like, I've been all over the world with Najee, from Africa and everywhere in between. So.
Oh man, that's awesome, man. Listen, that sounds like good. That sounds like a good experience, man.
No, absolutely.
13 years, man. So you guys got any projects you're working on now?
Oh yeah. Well, I recorded a whole album with Najee. It's called The Morning After.
The Morning After. All
So
right.
you can get that on any of your streaming platforms. It was a peculiar album because Najee knows everybody. So a lot of his albums he outsources different musicians to do different things. But this particular album, he stuck with one band for the whole album.
Okay.
And he flew me out to LA. We recorded the whole album with the same band. Dponthedrums was one of the producers,
Okay.
which he produces for F.R.E.S.H.
Mhm.
Bill Sharp on bass, he plays for Jeffrey Osborne.
Okay.
Ray Fuller, he used to play for Whitney Houston.
Wow. Okay.
And me on drums, Najee on sax. So it was great.
That's what's up, man. Listen. If y'all haven't checked out that album, man, y'all need to go check that out, man.
Yeah, it's a great album.
That's what's
Not
up.
because I'm on it, but it's just
Yeah, man. So listen, man. I was reading through your bio, man, and you got an opportunity to play with some really interesting people, man. Tell us about some of the groups and acts that you've played with.
Oh man, I played with Kim Burrell. I played with Monique Walker. I played with. I went on tour with Marsha Ambrosius and F.R.E.S.H. That was a bus tour. That was a 4-month tour. That was an amazing time. I've played with Phil Perry, Howard Hewitt, Melissa Morgan, Allison Williams, Nathan Mitchell, Blair Bryant, Stephanie Mills. The list goes on and on.
Yeah,
I've got to play with a lot of different artists. F.R.E.S.H. I've had an amazing career. I don't like to really name drop.
No, that's what's up, man.
My resume has grown and is still growing. Alexis Spite,
Okay.
Alex Bouyoung, man, Will Downing, man.
Just keep going.
Walter
Just keep going.
Beasley. Walter Beasley. It's been a lot of people, but
That's what's up. So let me ask you this, man. Out of all the people that you've toured with, what was probably your favorite tour that you've gone on?
Well, I've been touring consistently with Najee for 13 years besides COVID. So I would have to say him, but the bus experience with Marsha Ambrosius was something different because that was a different genre. That was like a real rock star R&B type thing, paparazzi, and you know, if you gotta use the bathroom, you need an escort and all that. So that was cool. But the Najee experience has just been amazing because he's not just a jazz artist; he's everything, you know. And what I appreciate about him is he's loyal to his people.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Yeah. From where we're from, man, loyalty, everything.
Right. Absolutely. But he's from New York City, so he gets it. You know what I'm saying? He that first trip to Africa was definitely life changing. We went to Mozambique and we were there for 7 days and it was just paradise. From the time you got off the plane, it was just like, this is where I was supposed to be.
Now let me ask you this question, man, because I've talked to a couple of people that's been to Africa, and I have a cousin who lives there now. They live in, I want to say, is it Ghana?
Okay.
I can't think of, I think it's Ghana. But everyone says the same thing, and I want to see if you're going to say the same thing too, man. When you first got off the plane and you touched down in Africa, was the air different?
It was definitely. It was a fresh breath of air. It was like, this is where I came from. This is where I was supposed to be. So technically, you know, none of us are from Africa, but our descendants are, our ancestors are. But yes, it was paradise. The food was amazing. The people were amazing. If I could afford to move me and my family, like all my family, I would move. But I still believe America is the best place to live, but that's a different type of living. You know, it's amazing. Like, I have nothing bad to say about it. I didn't see like lions and bears running around. You know, they had palm trees and, you know, it was paradise over there. Now we did go to see the town hardship, which was called Mafalala. And the sad thing is they just declared independence in 1979. So
Wow. Okay.
but literally the line between poverty and paradise is just like that.
Wow.
So, but
So
it
basically,
was
like you can step across the street and you can be in the hood.
exactly.
That's crazy.
But it was interesting and humbling at the same time. So, and then I went back to Africa. We went to Nigeria, and that was a whole completely different experience. Not as safe, but you know, we had police, military escorting us around everywhere. But it was beautiful when we got to where we were going.
Right. Right.
But yeah, absolutely. Africa is definitely the best place I've ever been, and I've been all over the place.
That's what's up.
Coming up with Najee, we'll be in Mexico with Jill Scott.
Okay.
So Cancun.
Okay.
That's in November. So I'm excited about that.
Damn, what's up, man? Listen, I gotta ask this, man. So I know that every time you, especially for musicians, when we go out and we touring and we're dealing with a lot of different people, man, there has to be, give me one of the craziest stories that you experienced out on the road, man.
Wow. I mean, it's not nothing really crazy. I've had a good, I'll say, clean career. I've never really run into nothing just outlandish and oh my God. But we've, as a band and people you travel with, you become a brotherhood and a family. So, you know, we've had some good times just with each other. But I don't have anything that's just like, you know, that can break the internet. I don't have that yet. But I'll just say that I'm grateful for the experiences and the people that I've been able to meet all over the world. I haven't had a oh my God moment though, not yet.
I feel you. I feel you. What about one of the funniest people that you ever traveled with?
Oh, I'll have to
because
say
I'm gonna tell you,
I'll
man.
have to say myself.
I was just going to say, because I remember when we were in that van on our way to Ohio, dude, you and who was with us? It was you and, was it?
Kyle?
No,
Who was we with?
We was with Steinmeier.
Oh, wow.
You,
shout out to DL Stedman.
Yeah, me and Steinmeier.
It's I honestly
Flute.
Oh, Flute. Yeah, people always say that I should go into comedy. I just it's on the fly. You know?
Shout out to Flute, man.
Oh, shout out to Carl Flute Johnson.
Yeah.
One of my greatest mentors too. That's my brother, man. I love him. It's interesting because coming from Buffalo, besides I would say myself, Joy, Kevin Camp, I don't really even know a lot of more drummers that came out of this area that really did it on the next level. Not because they couldn't, but for whatever reason they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Joy, did I say Joy?
Yeah, Joy.
Okay, Joy,
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Camp.
Shout out to Joy.
Yep. Shout out to Kevin Camp too. He's
Yeah.
actually MDing that huge gospel tour with Ty Tribbett.
Oh, that's what's up.
And
The one that's going on now?
Yes.
That's what's up.
So I'm gonna check him out in that show in Toronto.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is my influences are locally.
Right.
Like a lot of people, you know, big up to the greats like Aaron Spears and Dave Weckl and all of them. Of course, I listen to them, but my style of play and my pizzazz and my swag is Buffalo. I'm a Buffalo drummer, you know. So, and I like that. I don't want to sound like New York or Philly, and there's no disrespect to those styles, but I love being a Buffalo drummer.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, we got a different swag, man.
oh, and I mean old school stuff like the people that play with Rick James, you know, all of them. So I'm not discrediting them. I love old school music. So, but what I'm saying is, in my generation, it's only been about 3 or 4 that really, you know, went to that next level. Oh, Tony Payne.
Tony, yeah.
Up and coming, killing with Jodeci. I actually got to check out that show at the Aretha. So yeah, shout out to Aretha, my boys Malik, my OC, and the crew. Yeah, man. But like my greatest influence drumming growing up was Bear. Now, Pastor Charles McCarley.
Yes, indeed. Bear is dope.
He was incredible. I tell him all the time, I am reincarnation of you if you would have kept playing. And he laughs, and I always tell him, I call him my sensei. He has his church anniversary coming up, and he's actually going to feature me. I don't know what I'm going to do, but we'll work it out. But him, Rob Sells, Preston Brown.
Oh, man, you naming some heavy hitters, man.
My guy that was over at F.R.E.S.H Temple, he's a pastor now, too. We used to, Nate Salters.
Yeah.
It was just, we had some great musicians to come out of Buffalo.
Man, shout out to all the
D-Mott,
Buffalo drummers, man.
That's doing his thing
As
an artist now. Just signed a record deal with a major label.
Yes, indeed. I was there actually for his
on a movie. He got a movie coming up. He has a red carpet event coming up. Dponthedrums is my mentor. He was very pivotal in my style. You know, not necessarily the play, but the razzle, the dazzle, the extras. Bear's technique and all that stuff. I loved it. Rob Sells was another one that was absolutely life-changing and amazing.
Yeah. On
the next level, my favorite drummer of all time, I would have to say Liddell Abrams.
Okay.
So
definitely, man.
So shout out to those people.
Definitely, man. Listen, man. Oh man, I could talk this all day, man, but I ain't gonna hold you. I want to get into this next segment. But listen, shout out to all the Buffalo musicians who are holding it down and continue to give the world that Buffalo, New York sound, because we are definitely got a different swag than anywhere else, man. So listen, shout out to all of you guys. Appreciate you, man. We're going to come back after this break, man. You have been watching and listening to the Fresh Oil Podcast. We'll be back. We're back on the Fresh Oil Podcast. I'm here with DP on the drums, Danny Powell. Listen, y'all, this has been an amazing interview, man. Listen, I appreciate you for coming on the show, man, and sharing all the things that you've done, man. I'm so excited about what you're doing and what you got coming up. So, man, just share with the people, man, what you got coming up down the line, what you're doing now, and, where we can catch you at and where we can tune in.
So, you can always check your local listings for Najee.com, the official page for my tour dates with him. Locally, my Instagram is Dponthedrums. So I usually post when I'm playing locally. Me and Will Houghton have been promoting Midweek Vibe every first Wednesday usually. This next one, which is a sold out event, is on next Wednesday, which is the 11th. I'm excited to be a new artist with Phoenix Cymbals out of Phoenix, Arizona. I can't wait to get the product. It's in the mail this week. I should get it next week. So I am one of the proud endorsees of Phoenix Cymbals. We have a lot coming up with that company, so you're gonna see a lot more about that. And just, playing drums, promoting, producing. I have to get my album out. It's basically done. I just have to put it on wax.
Oh, wait a minute. You got an album coming out, man?
Yeah, so there's much more to me than playing drums. My musical extension is ridiculous. I love to play live. I'm not really a studio guy, like making beats. I can do that, but that's not my thing. Mm-hmm. I'm more of a live drummer, but my favorite thing to do is arranging. Like I'm big on arrangements. Getting a group of people in the room and letting everyone work to their strengths to create something amazing. So it's way overdue, but it'll be coming up soon.
Oh man, I'm excited to hear about this, man. Yeah. So it's going to be more of a musical thing? Or are you doing some
vocals?
Or
it will be everything. I would never come out with an album with just focused around me playing drums. That's whack. I don't even like soloing by myself. So yes, I'm going to have some amazing people that have already committed locally and internationally. So it's just about me getting the time to just put everything together.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait. Listen, I gotta say, I'm impressed, man. I'm excited too, because listen, when you get ready to drop that album, you gotta come back on the show.
Absolutely.
You gotta come back on the show, man. I gotta be listen. Please tell me I got the first shot at interview when you drop that album, man.
Ain't no problem.
Man.
Yep, I got you.
Listen, because I'm excited about this. because I'm more excited because a lot of more artists in our area are really stepping out and branching out and trying to do more things. I'm excited about what you're doing. I'm excited about what D-Mod is up into, man. I'm excited about what Dave Hewlett is doing, David Jonathan, and their City Bedlam. I'm excited about what they're doing, man. And I'm just excited about the whole music scene in Buffalo. So I want to drop this on you before we get out of here. What do you think about the up and comings, man? And what can you share with them that are coming up in the music scene now? What advice would you give to them? Especially like drummers, musicians that are coming up now trying to get into this business, man?
I would say be true to yourself, stay humble. You can look on your Instagram or Facebook or any social media in 15 seconds and get lit up by a 10-year-old. So there's no need to have a big head or ego. That gets in the way. So I'll say stay humble, refine who you are, understand who you are, and go after what you ultimately want to do. Don't let the circumstances of being in Buffalo and not necessarily being in LA hinder you or make you discouraged. We live in a world that's very progressive. So we have the advantages of reaching millions of people at one time. So I would just say, go for what you know, love yourself, and I think if you keep God first, anything is possible.
That's it. Keep God first. Anything is possible. Listen, DP, man, thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for taking the time out your day, man, just to kick it with me, man, for a little while. Appreciate you, man. We're going to have you back, man, because listen, I'm excited about your deal. We're going to talk more about this album next time you come on our show, man. Man, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate you. Man, shout out to the people, man. One last time, man. Let them know, man, how you feeling.
Well, I definitely appreciate the Fresh Oil Podcast for having me. I will be back, and when I come back, hopefully I can have some original music to play for you.
That's what's up, man. Listen, man, thanks for coming on the show. Listen, folks, you have been watching and listening to the Fresh Oil Podcast. Listen, as always, keep it fresh. We'll see you next time. We out.